Hey guys, this is D'Angelo, and today I want to show you some quest scenario. I was reading in the forums there was a guy who has got a hard time to getting into RPGAIO, and he was asking for that. He was asking for the doors. I gave him the video that I made before of the door mechanic, and then I think, okay, I could do the quest like he wants. It was a little bit tricky to first find out with that ground items. It was the first time that I worked with that, but now I understand it and how to set it up. So don't worry. Yeah, and with that said, let's get started. Let's get dive into it. And first of all, what you had to do is to setting up your ground items and then the normal items there. The stuff with the items, yeah, with the prefabs. So I make that bigger here so that you see what I'm doing. So you go to items here. Then you have got quest items and you have item database, all that items, right? Costume manager, loot tables, etc. But you go to options, and under options you see that ground prefabs thing here, all that where you can generate your prefabs. I don't generate anything here. I don't generate there anything. What I do is I just take that loot item here, I click on it, and then when I close this thing here, I'm coming to my resources folder, to the prefabs, to the ground loot prefabs. And normally you have there that loot item, this yellow box. I don't have it here anymore because I just playing around so much with it. Um, and the only thing that you have to do is you take the item. I take any item that I have there, duplicate it. Yeah. There you see my duplicated one. Put it in here, right? What I do now is I delete that one here that I duplicate before because I have it now in my scene, right? I have it now here. You see it? I have it there. So, and what I do now, or only what I do now is, I go there and I watch. There is a small box, right? I take the box and I delete them. And then I have here that skeleton of the loot button and all the colliders, right? What I do now is I just go here and rename it whatever I want. What I don't have here, I don't know. Let me say, oh my God, how can we call it? Weapons. Yeah, weapons. Yeah. And let us take another box for that, right? I have got here a box. Let me see. Medieval old chest. No, there are some here medieval boxes. And I've got here a big box. So I take the big box and I put the big box here in weapons. Yeah, there it is. And then I watch how this looks like. Yeah, it's pretty good. I take the box and I put the box a little bit down. And yeah, it sits very good. What I do is I take the button a little bit up, right? Don't get confused that they're standing door key. This is because I don't change the text here because the text is changing automatically via script. It changes via script, so this is not a big deal. And then when you have set up, everything is good, and when your colliders are sitting good, uh, or when you're happy with it, then you go here and you take that thingy and then you put it in that uh, prefabs folder back here. There you go. There, take it. Then you take it back in there, and then you have another prefab. You have then another box, and you can delete that. And to test that here out now, we can just go to items, options here, and I think there was one for weapon right here. So let's put that in weapons. Yeah. Save it. Go here to the item database. And have I got a weapon item? Yeah, and I have a weapon item here, you see. And now, let's see what happened when I press in the spawn as loot button. Okay, there you see the weapon item. And then, let's see how that looks like. And you see, it spawns that big box, right? But now you ask me, oh, okay, but I don't want that big box. I don't want a special item for that. So you see, we setting up here in the items, in the options for the ground prefabs, we set that big box for weapons, right? I don't have a sword, I'm sorry, but I have here a lot of other things that we maybe just let us loot instead of the box now here that cylinder, right? All you have to do for that is you go to the item database, and there we have got the weapon. And then in weapon, you have to scroll. There you see custom ground prefab. What you do is you take that one that you want or that you create. Like I said, duplicate it and then put your item there. And then when we press and save, and we now press and spawn as loot, there you see here weapon. When I get that up, there you see what happens is that the cylinder is spawning instead of the box. And this is exactly what you were asking me and what you want to know, how you can do that you can spawn your own prefabs. And this is how you do it. You set the prefab up, you put them in the prefab here in that prefab folder, and then you can use it on any other item that you want. Right? So this is how that works with the prefabs, right? I hope it was understandable. So yeah, and then the next is you have to set up your your NPC. Pretty easy. Like you do it with the characters. Also, you put in the prefab, then you take your NPC model, you put it in there. What you had to watch is that here on the RPG control script, you put your character model in there so that it gets controlled. You know. When you have that, you can leave it in your scene and then place it wherever you want. So I delete it because I have done that here. I have set it up and it's standing there. So you see when I make that a little bit bigger that I have got a NPC layout here. When you don't have that, you have to go to combat, options, and there is a toggle NPC fight or not fight. You have to click it or unclick it, or toggle on or toggle off it. Yeah, and then you got that nice window here. As always, you can set up your idle animation. You can write it in, or you click here and then on your character, NPC character, and then you can fill it in with some animation that you have. Depends what you want. Maybe you want a smithy that is hammering on an anvil or something like that. You can put it in there. So, but the most important thing here is the open interaction window, and then you come to a sweet little window here. Yeah. And there we have our enter dialog node. After that, you put an NPC node. And yeah, it makes blah, 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 blah. And then, no, I don't want it. And then it's closing. And after that, you put a quest status in there. You've got startable, in progress, and completable. I have done that here in that case. So when it's startable, the player says, okay, let me find your stuff, and then the quest begins. there you have. By the way, you have got a toggle button here for the quest. When you toggle it, then you have a list which quests you can choose. Depends how much you have set up. So that you choose here in the quest arrows and also here in the begin quest, which quest you want to begin. Yeah, and keep in mind that this has to be the same, yeah, because when you don't do it, it makes no sense. Computers not understand what you want. Then in progress, didn't find your stuff yet. This is in progress is when you just take the quest and then you go back to the NPC and you don't fulfill it. And then you said, didn't find your stuff yet. And he said, hurry up, I'm not getting angry. Yeah, the old man is getting angry. And then I'm on it, old man. Yeah, and when you collect all these 3 coins for the old man, you said, I'm back. And then complete the quest. And then another dialogue is coming. And this dialogue, which is coming after the begin quest and the complete quest, this is what I show you now. How to set up that. Yeah, because to set up here that open interaction window to set up the quest, you have to make a quest, right? Right? And this is here, and you go objectives. You can make quest chains, or you can make normal side quests. This is I want to show it how to work with that with quests, and so. The best thing is that I show it with one quest. So the quest chain is the same. You can change them. You can change them. And so let us see the window. I think the window is the same. So let us see how this is. Oh no, yeah. You see, the quests it's the same quest window. Yeah. It's only that this is a chain, and that yeah, and then you can make a little story out of that. Then you have got these one, the name, and then you have all the quests that are depends to that, right? Nothing special. So when we go back to our side quest here, and yeah, there is a collect. You call it collect my coins, yeah. And then, like I said, when you just when you put in the note begin quest, then after that this thing is running, right? And you set that up in the quest. That's great. The coins are all over the place. Okay, I will keep my eyes on it. Yeah. You take here reference. You give more information what the player has to do. The player gets a better feedback here. You can put also voices in there or something like that. And then when the player has completed the quest, and he's going back to the NPC and talk with him and said, "Yeah, I'm back." And after that, you have put the complete note quest in there. Then this is running, and you set that here up, and the dialogue complete section now, step complete. I don't know how they pronounce it here, but then you can set another NPC response, and yeah, here's your stuff, old man. How they call it, open event on complete and open dialogue event on accept. These are the tools that you set up here. Then the rest here is completely self-explanatory. Keeps item, everything is standing there. So you can run events. You need another quest to begin the quest. Then here player level, then you can put in custom variables. And then you have got the quest condition. This is what you want, an item, and required item type. There you can choose which item type you want to use. You can craft one, or you can take normal items from the database. You can sold them after that. You can sold them maybe when your player keeps it. And quest items. I use quest items here. Yeah. And then you choose the item that you have referenced there, or that you have put in there, are the coins. Then you don't want that enemy dropped it. You want to place it by yourself in the level. So you leave it blank. And then the number, how much you want to collect. Yeah, and then you can make final conditions, bonus conditions. This is up to you when you want to do more things. Yeah, and then we have got item rewards here. I choose 25 experience, 25 gold. You can also give reputation, trade level, unlock skills, apply status effect, happiness, enlightened, whatsoever, right? So yeah, final conditions and bonus conditions, we can click one time on it. Maybe you have to kill some final spider that sits on that sits there on the location where the coins are, maybe, or a bonus condition that you find also. Maybe he lost some things. Maybe that you find his that you find a bag or a chest that you can. This is what you can put in here, but I don't do any of them in that particular um, example here. So yeah, I think I covered it. I cover everything the best I could do. I could explain you every single step here, but I think it's so self-explanatory, to be honest. Same with the final conditions. When you know how you set up one quest, then you know all that things that you had that you can do here, right? Yeah, so that's all what I can say. I hope everyone understands it, and I could help you a little bit. Yeah, and when there are any questions that you have, you can write me a private mail or something, and then I watch over it. Yeah, and maybe I could help you, maybe not. Maybe it goes fast, maybe not. Depends what I'm doing also, because like I said, I just at the moment I'm working on a third person controller, character controller by myself, and it takes a little bit of time to get into it. So yeah, I wish everyone a good night and a good evening and a good start in the week. Yeah, and like everything, and like every time that I said, tips, tricks, critics, everything is welcome. Yeah, and leave a comment. I'll be happy about that. So yeah, have a good day.